Here comes his attack. Boom! We surprise the heck out of him with a sharp, stiff, heavy jab, power jab coming off the back leg. We stop him in his tracks. Think of his attack as a fan, and that fan is coming to you. And what happens if you ram a 2x4 down that fan? It jams it up. And that's exactly what you do to stop your opponent's attack with a sharp jab, a power jab off the back leg. Do you have a problem with people walking through your jab? Your jab just doesn't feel like it has enough power, enough authority to stop an opponent's attack. I'm going to help you with that in this video. Chances are you're throwing what we call an arm jab. You're throwing it off the shoulder and there's nothing behind it. There's nothing behind it. The only power you can generate is from here. So you're taking out the way power works. And power works, and we can get into power punching in a different video, but this is about establishing a powerful jab or a jab with some authority on it. Well, power comes from the floor. It comes from the feet. Come through your feet, right? Starts with the feet. Stepping in off that back leg. Comes through the hips, right? When we're rotating, these are the true power punches. Every other punch beside the jab, but your jab should have authority on it, and then it comes through the shoulders and out on the end of your punch. But when you jab, you do rotate a little bit, but you step in, boom, off that back leg. This jab is not going to be as authoritative as that jab, because now I got 200 plus pounds coming in behind me, up underneath me, right? So I'm right here, I'm stepping in, boop, boop. I'm stepping in off that back leg. I don't know where the boop sound comes from, but it's just automatic when I'm teaching. I never said that when I was fighting. I didn't say boop. Yep, right down his throat, real straight and stiff. Boom, boom, right there. Yep. Yeah, there you go. He's coming. Yep, and get a little bit of hip rotation in there on it too, coming off that back leg. Nice power jab. Yep, stopping him right in his tracks. No type of telegraph, no type of wasted movement. Notice the shot comes from right where he's at to the face. He don't move it before he shoots it. He don't kick that elbow out. He's just shooting it right down the pipe. Notice his elbow stays down and it's right in the man's face. Now that jab's going to be very, very difficult for an opponent to see, and he don't rotate until he gets to the end of the jab. And that's going to make it very hard for someone to see until it's too late and it's hit him in the face. Couple other little pointers on the jab. If my elbow's going out, think of this as degrees of power. If my elbow's going out as this jab comes, I just threw 10, 15, 20, I don't know mathematically how much, but this is geometry here. I'm throwing out some of that power out into the atmosphere, right? If I keep that jab down, that elbow down, and it all comes out to the end of my punch, now think of this as arrows coming, and all these arrows are adding up. Boom, to the end of that jab, and I want them all there. I don't want to throw out that way. If I'm doing that, I lost leverage on the jab. So it's not going to have as much authority. It's not going to have as much power. It's not a power punch, but we want it to be powerful enough to stop our opponent's attack, enough to set him on his butt. If he's rushing up in on you and you step in with that jab, you might sweep him up off his feet. Not that you're really rocking him, but you just might catch him. And the momentum, if he's coming in fast enough, you might sweep him up off his feet if you come in off that back leg. So elbow down, we want to shoot it here. Jab. Jab. Back up just a little bit, Cruz. And do that again. Come off that back leg. I want you to really explode off that back leg and pop that jab. That's it. Now, this jab is very, very difficult to counter. Very difficult. Boom. But nothing's uncounterable, right? I slipped one in on it. All right? There is no uncounterable punch. That jab is pretty close, though. He's got a pretty polished jab. It's a fully committed textbook jab off the back leg. Couple things to watch out for. When you record yourself, I want you to look for these little common errors. One of them is to drop your hand like this when you throw your jab. So if he were to drop it, yeah, he's giving it away. He's telling him, and the guy's going to move his head. He's not going to be there because he's telling him, here it comes. Another one is if this elbow's kicking out while he jabs. If he's flaring that elbow out, same thing. The guy sees that, well, he's going to move. He's going to be there and he's going to move. He's not going to be there to be hit. The other thing is reaching. Guys will leave their back foot in the hole, and they'll reach. Bring your legs and your body under you, like that. Bring your legs in. Underneath you. Come off the back leg, bring your legs with you. These are just three of the very, very common things that you want to record. When you record yourself and you watch yourself back, you want to see, one time you're focusing, okay, am I telegraphing at all by dropping my hand before I punch? Is my elbow flaring out at all? Am I reaching, or am I bringing my legs under me? Those are three things you want to keep an eye on as you record yourself. Textbook jab, we'll throw a couple more. Go ahead. This is the first punch you want to master. And another thing, this is a little different. This is something I teach, is I like to jab a textbook jab from here. And I like that jab to look the same until the very end when I rotate it. And the reason I like that is because your depth perception is not as good as your peripheral vision. If I start turning that jab here, your eyes pick up on it. That visual cue is a message, oh, something's coming, because you see the movement, you see the motion. And so you know, oh, well, I got better slip, right? But this, your eyes aren't as trained, depth perception as well. And so by this coming out, at the very end, boom, that jab's landing and it's turning at the very end. So you're surprising the heck out of them. So those, and plus you get a little more leverage off your chest. Keeping that jab hand up there, coming in, boop, right off the back leg. Right there. Right there off the back leg. Every day when you get in the gym, you want to do at least one round sharpening the jab. And you develop that by continually sharpening your jab. It's just like a razor. You just keep sharpening it every day in the gym. The first round you go on the heavy bag, I don't care if you're a seasoned fighter, I don't care if you're a world champion. The first round you do on the heavy bag should be sharpening your jab. Yep. You keeping your head off the line slightly. Yep. Right there. Step out that back leg. Right there. Longer range. I want that full extension on that jab. Yep. From back here. Yep. Catch him. Come off that back leg. You ram it down his throat like a 2x4. Stop his attack. As soon as he starts coming, you stop his attack. That's what you can do with the power jab off the back leg. Just sharpening the jab. Yep, good. Good work. Jab. Just like this. Come off that back leg, boom, right down the pipe. Stick that jab out there, in his face. Yep. Good. Yep. Good work. Time. So do those things, and you're going to add some authority, some power to your jab. Add a little juice right to the jab. And it'll help you control the fight. It'll help you establish your jab, set up your combination, stop your opponent's attack. These are all important things that you want to do with an authoritative jab that has some power. Sharpen a jab every day. And I want you to do the same thing. Sharpen your jab. If you like this, you want to learn more from me. If you watch this video to the end, you'll learn what took me from a car accident that left me unable to walk to the World Championships in just 4 years. As a former world-class boxer, and then as a trainer, coach, and teacher, I've invested over 40 years mastering the art and sweet science of boxing. beginning boxers stepping into the ring, getting crippled by doubts, fears, and uncertainties. That's the last place you want to be standing, with no confidence. I'm going to show you how to build your confidence, and it begins by growing your belief. For myself, at 18, I was in a head-on collision with a double-trailer semi-truck. It left me unable to walk, but yet I had the dream that someday, somehow, some way, I could compete again on a world-class level. 4 years later, I was representing the United States of America, the World Schism Championships. And the one thing that got me there, the one thing that took me from being unable to walk for almost a year to competing and walking out in a giant stadium representing Team USA was belief. I'm going to show you how to build your belief using 4 things: mental toughness, peak performance, superior strategy, and technical mastery. Those are the things I'm going to focus on, training and teaching you in my training camp. And if you're interested, if you're hungry, and you're willing to put in the work, and you're ready to begin stepping into the boxing ring with confidence, ready to compete to the very best of your potential and your ability, and you're ready to fulfill your potential and become the champion that you dream to be, then press that button below and see if we're right for each other. Let's get going, champ, on building your dream and stepping into the ring with confidence.